Alright, so today we are going to just show a little bit of what we do every day for our baby boy Paul, who's on dialysis and who will be on dialysis every day until he gets his kidney, hopefully when he's about a year old, which is in another 8 months. So it's August 24th, near the end of August. He's 4 months old, 3.5 adjusted. But I'm just going to go through the routine of what we do for his dialysis every day. So first, we start with our items and materials. We receive these from Fresenius, and we have boxes of these that we get every month. So these are the first thing we do is the drain bags. At the bottom, just open them up, easy, like a bag of chips. Delicious. And you put these on the bottom because these collect all the effluent, all his waste fluid after it's been sitting in his peritoneum for 40 minutes. And there's 4 big bags. They're made for everyone ranging up to large kids, so Paul doesn't need, he probably could use just one of these bags if he wanted. But we get 4 because, you know, he's awesome. So, put those down there, spread them out so they fill out. You can see here's our little collection of caps and accessories. We're going to make a nice collage for the hospital people out of those, and that'll be fun. So that's the bags, that's easy. Next, probably the most complex part, is the mess of tubes. Whoa. So this is, we like to call this the octopus, even though it has 5 legs, and really it should have 8. But this can handle up to 5 bags to, if you need more variety in your solution. Right now he's going to use 2 bags, so we'll just use 2 of these. But anyway, so we got to hook this up. We start with the iodine cap. That's where we begin from. Don't want too many of these things to touch the ground because they're supposed to stay clean. But this here, it's nice. They need this little machine. This is our dialysis machine, by the way, and we call it Frankie or Francis because apparently Fresenius is too long to say. It's cutting edge technology called the Freedom Cycler. It looks like it was made in the 50s. Still going strong with its nice monochrome display. And we're pretty sure they just probably made 10 of these in the 50s, and then dialysis patients, when they get transplants, they just clean them up and recycle them. So Paul gets to use this one, and let's see, I really got this all mixed up. Okay, so first we're going to start with his octopus. This is awesome. So we hook up these lines here. This is the fill and where the fluid comes in from the bags. The dialysis will come in from the bags, and it will fill this little bag, which goes on top of Francis here. The top here is a scale. That's how it can tell how much fluid goes in and out, and it has a little heater too, so it's nice. It's nice and warm. Couldn't cook anything on there, but it warms it up so that when the fluid goes in the baby's comfortable, and you don't have cold stuff rushing into your abdomen, which would be very uncomfortable. Now let's see, since we only need 2 of these, we just put the clamps up on the others and clamp them shut. The reason why we put the clamps all the way up here is so that fluid isn't wasted filling up the rest of these lines. So we just need 2, so we'll close off 3 of these. Doesn't really matter which ones, but very exciting. And you can see Paul is very excited as well every day when we do this. Alright, got to be sure to clamp the ones that are going to be hooked up to the bags, because if we don't clamp them, then fluid just gushes out when we do connect the bags. Alright, so that's the top part. And by the way, this iodine end, that's the end that's going to connect to Paul and his little catheter that's in his, goes into his peritoneum. The bottom part connects to those drain bags that we already put up there. So here's the drain bag, which the fluid goes into. Once it drains out of Paul, it goes into here first, and so it can be weighed on this hook, which is attached to a scale Francis, on the bottom of Francis. So Francis has a scale on the top and the bottom. Whoops, I did that a little early. You gotta loop it under. So here's another valve which controls the flow. Kind of floss these lines in there and then shut it. There's things down there that can either open or shut these valves. So when he drains, it goes into this bag. It gets weighed, and that's how it tells how much he's drained. And then once it's done draining, it goes out of the bag through this tube into the bags that I put down first. And here's the connections. So that's now connected. Clamp that first. And here's some more accessories for the collage, which will be glorious and beautiful. Alright, close this. Okay, I guess we should see what Francis had to say. Francis says, select program settings. We've got all the settings in here, 130 milliliters. 10-minute fill, it only takes 1 minute though. 40-minute dwell. Whoa, 18-minute drain. We adjust that every time depending on how fast Paul drains, but typically 10 should be good. And yep, that looks good. Okay, start now. Francis gives you instructions. It's nice. It says put bags on scale. Done. Load tubing. Done. Mask. Didn't do that. Wash hands. Connect bags. Open clamps. So next, I gotta set up these bags, which are fun, and they're very fun to slap like this. But to get the fluid flowing, like I said, Paul uses 2 bags. Now he uses 2 bags. You gotta break this little glass cone in here to make sure the fluid flows well. We break it all the way off, and then we have it. Oh, this is giving me problems. Naughty dialysis, naughty. So yeah, okay, there we go. So there's that, and now we get the cone to fall into the bag so it doesn't block. There goes. This is like the fun part of the evening. And then if the cone goes in the corner, we grab it, make the air bubble go up in the corner, slap the bag so that there's no more air bubbles, except at the top. That's a fun thing to do. At least these dialysis bags can't sue you for harassment. And then you hang these both up, and the next part is you connect them. Now the connection is a very, you have to make sure it's a sterile procedure, so we get to wear these masks. Of course we don't have to wear them now. Camera woman, you also wear them. So now I go wash my hands, because when we make these connections we're opening up the tubing, and we don't want any germs to go in there. So I'm going to take you to the guest bathroom. We have this nice special soap. Don't mind the baby that we just left in the other room. Child services, we do this all the time. And we just wash. They wash for a minute. Let's sing a song or something, like the ABC song. I just have perfect time, so I know exactly a minute, which is right now, actually it's probably only been 30 seconds, but that's as long as you're thorough. Rinse that out. Now, you want to keep it so clean that you don't even touch the faucet afterwards. You're like a hypochondriac. You dry your hands, you think about washing your hands again, you get worried about germs and how they're all out to get you. And you go like this and you close that and then you throw it away. You don't touch anything except for your mask that you put up. You worry about getting sick. No touching, no touching. Then it's kind of funny because you come in here and you touch everything. And it's not exactly super sterile, but it's better than just, you know, like eating some wings and then not licking your fingers and cooking these up. Okay, so now this is the part where we hook up the little octopus to here. And the key is to not have these things exposed, these connectors exposed for a long time. So I just unscrew it and hold it on, pop that off, pull that off. There you go, there's one. And then more for the collection. And then the other one is going to go right here, same thing. Start it, pop it off. There we go. Uh-oh, Paul doesn't like that. Okay, once these are connected, you open the clamps, bubbles come up, it's starting to fill, and we can take the mask off because the connection's complete. Alright, Francis tells me press start to continue. We broke the cones, slapped the bags. Whoops, I hit select. Wrong button. You'd think I'd have this down by now. So now it's going to fill this bag on top with fluid to be warmed. And to make sure there's no bubbles that come up from the little octopus, we kind of slap it around a little bit. You can see the bubbles going in there and the fluid going in there. That way when there's no bubbles, they won't go into the tube that goes into Paul. This is filling with delicious fortified sugar water. What's going on, baby? You just chilling out? Like to suck on your fingers? Yeah. Yeah. You talking? Okay. Francis is almost done filling the heater bag. Next thing we're gonna do, see that nice full bag, bubble in there, kind of squishy. Next thing we're gonna do is prime the patient line. So this again is the line that connects into Paul. And to do that, all we do is we allow fluid from the heater bag to go into here. We don't want any bubbles. So here we go. We're going to press start. You can see the fluid come down, through the tubing. Exciting, very exciting times. There we go. That looks like no bubbles that time, which is great. Sometimes if it gets bubbles, you have to knock them out. So after we do that, we let this go. Prime the drain line until fluid will start going in there, and then close it. And we put this over here for standby. And this concludes the setup until we actually connect to Paul. So this is what we do every day, and then every morning when we're done, we take this down, put in new tubing, and we generate lots of trash with tubing and bags, and we dump the dialysis in the drain in the toilet. It's great. It's wonderful fun. So it'll be nice when we don't have to do it anymore, but for now this is what keeps Paul feeling good every day, and we're very happy to have Francis here in our house. So, hey.